I think that I'm a pretty good resource because I've been to the bottom and I see light at the end of the tunnel.
The month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so we are trying to do our part here at WTOL to talk about something that is oftentimes difficult.
It can be very difficult. Madelyne Watkins joins us live in studio tonight. And Madelyne, you got to meet someone new and hear his story. So how did this come about?
Yeah, Jeff and Mel. So last week I actually posted on our Facebook page sharing my personal mental health journey, just hoping to at least help one person realize that they aren't alone. And I think I accomplished that mission. Take a listen. I struggle with depression, and I think that it's something to not ever be ashamed of. Since posting about my experience, a viewer reached out to me wanting to share his story.
Back in the 70s, you didn't talk about things like that, and so I compartmentalized my whole life. It took me 40 years to be able to come to, tell that side.
Steve Reinheimer was diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and PTSD nearly a decade ago. After losing multiple relationships with loved ones, that's when he knew it was time to get help, a feeling I could relate to. I wasn't one to ever think that I had quote-unquote mental issues, but it's important to know that they aren't issues. I think it is completely normal and it's completely okay.
With being aware of the mental health disorders and mental health issues, it's become a lot more acceptable to seek help these days.
Dr. Victoria Kelly says 1 in 5 adults in the U.S. experience some form of mental illness. She says when your everyday life becomes interrupted and you can't function normally, that's when it can become a disorder. Reinheimer tells me in the past 15 years, he's had 15 different jobs.
As I looked back at all of those jobs, I put check marks by all the ones that ended because of a triggering event.
Fast forward to today, after trying dozens of different medications, he's now on a new treatment called Spravato.
In the last 6 weeks, starting a new medication regimen, I feel hope for the first time, and I can't remember when.
Getting out of the house to walk his dog and wanting to do that is a huge milestone for him. He's now excited for his future, a feeling that every person should experience.
I just love this because it's really important to make it normalized. And I think that people in the community, when they see someone like us or someone like you who's also experiencing this, it's a connection for them. And they don't normally associate some people with having a mental health issue.
Yeah, I just wanted to, like I said, go on there and share my experience, hoping to help at least one person just relate to us and know that we all have feelings, and whatever feelings those are, they're valid. And people need to talk about it more. It needs to be more educated, and people need to just be open about it. That's just my goal.
How hesitant was he to come forward and talk?
He said that the reason he even felt comfortable enough was because I said something. I started to share my journey, and he was like, I feel more comfortable talking with someone who experiences the same journey. So I think we're all more common than we realize.
Yeah, and I'm glad you shared, and it does need to be taken like someone who has cancer or someone who has another illness, because it counts just the same.
And you
for that person.
You said you can go out and do a live shot, no problem, but this was tough today.
It was kind of nerve-wracking. I'm a little nervous doing this, but I think it's important, and I hope that other people just learn from this and can take something away from it.
Well, the next step is to keep going.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. Yeah.
Thanks,
keep
Madelyne.
Posting and keep getting those responses and send them to her, please.
Sure.
Definitely, nice job.
Thanks, guys.
Staff from the Thomas M. Wernert Center have been joining us all week to talk about some of the resources available in the community. This morning, we focused on stress. There is acute stress, which is brief, like having to slam on your brakes to avoid a crash. There's also chronic stress, and that's something that stays with us for a while and can be triggered by a major life event.
Hormones and the blood pressure and the heart rate all stay up, which cause physical damage to our heart and can cause high blood pressure and other health issues, as well as depression and anxiety.
The best ways to manage stress: take some deep breaths, do things that you enjoy, like gardening, or maybe you enjoy arts and crafts. Get together with your animals as well. That can release some good chemicals. Also get outside in nature, listen to music, keep a journal to help get out your feelings.